All right. Let's make sure that music isn't too loud real quick behind me. If you guys can't even hear the music, just let me know real quick. But hopefully it should be nice and quiet for some background music there. But anyways, another Meteor Power back. Welcome back to some more Stormworks, to a Stormworks stream here. And today I'm going to be building a couple microcontrollers here for different like bar radial segments because I've gotten a few different questions about them, and I haven't even, through a couple of tutorial videos, I haven't even touched on the numerical ones yet. So I know a few different versions of them and how to set them up pretty well now. So I'm hoping I can help help some people out. So basically, I'm going to make this like a mega connection of different types here and examples where I'm creating all of them. And the first one I actually got asked to do is basically just a fuel tank, where we're going to have an instrument panel with one of those bar and radial segments connected up to a instrument panel here. So that's, I'm going to do bar segment and on off, and a radio segment as well on the on off setting on number 1 channel. But yeah, so welcome to the stream. Engine heat. Yeah, somebody also asked me to do engine heat. Apparently I can't speak English still, but yeah, I'm also going to do that in the on-off version here. And then once I'm done with probably those 2 examples, if nobody else has any other examples that they want me to do in the on-off version, then I'm probably going to do some numerical ones as well with the binary numbers and everything, because those are pretty fun. And I actually have a cool example that somebody else created on the workshop, so we can look at that. A building legit shuts off power at the exact same second. So for right now, I'm just going to connect up a silly little pump to this so we can actually drain fuel out of it, like your engine would be draining fuel out of it. But I'm lazy, so I don't know. It's just going to pump fuel out of it, basically, like simulating that it's coming to an engine. And we're just going to put a button to that there as well. And I'm going to need a battery power here too. Battery pack, whatever you want to call it. Let's grab one of those as well and slap it on there. Now that we basically have everything done, really, we just need to create the microcontroller for it now and connect that guy up to there. And we don't have the microcontroller yet. Hey, what's going on, Lando? Hey, Codex. Hey, Winston. Hey, Josh J. Alright, so now that all that is done, we don't have to do anything to that yet, but we have to go into the world of logic, and I do apologize. I'm gonna get Lando ranting here already. Hi again, did you watch the video you sent on last stream? I probably did, probably off stream, just because I'm hesitant, especially for YouTube. It's nothing against anybody, it's just internet. You can't be too safe with anyone, especially. But for this one, I'm just going to call it our fuel gauge calculator. I cannot spell, apparently. And we're going to need just 2 nodes on here, just like the other ones, with that numerical input for the fuel and the composite output over to the other thing, whatever it's called. I can never remember. It's not called instrument panel, that's what it's called. So input from fuel, and that is supposed to be an output. Oh, I didn't change it to output. Oops. That would help a little bit. You just got off a 10-hour flight. Holy cow. When's the next Satisfactory stream? You know, now that you bring that up, I've been wanting to play that a little bit more. So I don't know yet, but just like the other things, if you guys have seen the other video, we put up 8 thresholds here to calculate everything, and then we need to write over to the output yet again. And I also need a FX formula here in front of the fuel input. Let me connect all that up. There we go. But stream is life. Lucky you know all the logic stuff in Stormworks. You only use mods. Yeah, it's taken me a little while. I mean, knowing some programming helps a lot with this, of course, so it's kind of hand in hand. So we're going to want a right on off with just 8 channels on here. So we switch the channel counter down and slap that right in there and connect everything up. Now the only difference from the other one, well, there's not really any differences from the other version to this one yet, but now we're going to be changing everything around. When stream starts, everything is peaceful. After Lando comes the earthquake, tsunamis, and nuclear war begins. Apparently Lando said, hey, he's taking offense to it. Nah, I'm kidding. I don't think you can offend Lando. You think he left? Or not? Your flight started at 9:45 p.m. What, yesterday? You might be in a different time zone than me, though, so that's all up in the air. Okay, so now that we got all this done, I'm going to quickly go and save it up as our fuel gauge calculator. I can't spell. I'm just giving up now. Alright, so one thing we have to do real quick is figure out how much fuel is in here. If I remember exactly from the other video, it was 703.125, and apparently, for once in my life, I don't have a goldfish memory. So our high threshold here has to be 703.125, and that means it's full. Actually 0.12, not 0.13. Wait a minute. Yeah, that means it's fuel when it's full when it starts up. That's what you said. I know Lando's too here. You're gone for like 3 minutes. Anybody know Colony Wars? I don't think I've ever heard of it. Okay, so now that we've got that top value, which is the max value in the high point of our threshold, the low threshold is going to be 0. If you want, like, say, if it's completely empty, you want all the lights to turn off, then you can turn this high threshold to 0.01. But I'm just going to leave it at 0.01 right now. But we also need our fx expression with the negative x plus that special number from our fuel tank, the 703.125 per large tank. And now all these are problematic. They're very problematic because we have to divide each number by like 1/7 basically. So it kind of stinks. You left Monday night and landed Monday morning. Wait, how does that make sense? You left Monday night and landed Monday morning? Will you stream or record Prison Architect? I actually own the game, and I did a video on it forever ago if you want to see some really cringy content. But, I don't know. It's an older game, so I'm going to have to calculate all these values out as well. So I'm going to use my handy-dandy phone calculator over here. So I do apologize. Not so much is happening on screen right now, but what can I do? So I'm just going to talk out what I'm kind of doing right here. So for this first one, we want 1/7 of 703.12 there. Oh, you crossed the international date line. That's going pretty good, Bolt. Time zones cause them to travel in time. Oh, that's how we unlock time travel, right? You're just listening to things you say, but no idea what they mean. I mean, you can copy it down if you want to do something on your thing. So that's kind of what I was thinking with this stream. If anyone has any problems with their stuff, they can come and look at specific examples I'm doing now and do it for their own things. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 7 and then multiply that by our 703.125. And I get 100.44. Alright, so the next number is 2 divided by 7 times our 703.125. Yeah, welcome to math class if anyone didn't realize what's going on here. So it's 200, I mean, we can almost 200.88. It's going up by 100.44. So it's going to be 301. I can't do math in my head still. They update, but you need paid version. That's not how it works. Wait, what do you mean? Composite makes you No, it's not that bad once you get the hang of it. I'm just going to say 301 here, 401. I'll just estimate the numbers here, because with such larger numbers, the decimal points don't matter as much. 502 and then 602, because it's just around where you need it. It doesn't matter as much. Once you get the pattern, you can go faster and faster. So now that we've got all that done, it basically just works now. So let's go save that up again. And, oh, excuse me. I do apologize for that. What did I name this again? Goldfish. I can't spell fuel. Fuel gauge calculator. Let me save that up again. And I'll go and plop that in there. Wow, chat's actually moving tonight. Oh no, maths. This game should be played in school. Probably math, how you see. Yup, math. I'm ruining everyone's day with math. That's kind of what you got to do with this. Okay, so fuel gauge calculator. I mean, I was doing all the math. You can sit back and laugh at me for all I care. That I'm doing math live on a stream. I'm pretty sure this should work now, though. So I'm gonna make it all pretty here, like a I don't know, like a piece of art with the different colors. But I may be doing this upside down, granted. So I may have to flip it over. And from red to green. Of course, green meaning it's full, red meaning empty. And that guy, just a pain. Actually, I can cheat for the second guy. Watch this. If you turn it into a bar segment, go out and paint it the colors that you want. And then if you switch it to a radial segment, it'll put it exactly where you want it, basically. Yes, coloring. Color within the lines. Alright, and switch that back over to a radial. And we're good. So let me save that as, I guess it's a fuel instrument panel example. I've run out of name ideas for the life of me, honestly. I do apologize that I don't look at chat as often, but Storm have to test what is 3.14. Yep, it's pi. Wait, Storm was supposed to answer. What's 1.5 times 10? 10? It's pi. What kind of machine am I making? Okay, so basically, if this wouldn't have flipped over, it is just a instrument panel here, an instrument panel example. So you can put this on your vehicle for fuel or whatever. And as you see, it's full right now, and it's kind of blinding at the time of day. So it's almost full, I guess. And if we press this button, we're releasing the fuel out of it, and it's ticking down per second as the fuel is being drained into the engine or whatever you want. And it's out of fuel now. See, it works, but I got like a number or two off somewhere. So I got to fix that real quick. Yeah, fuel gauge. Thank you, Army. Your friend knows 50 decimals of pi. Why? Why? Whoa, you can try to create a working PC? No, I don't want to try. This isn't Minecraft Redstone. Wait, that's not hard. Lando's back. OMG, he's back. 2 plus 2 equals 22. I don't know if your math is exactly right there. The cosine might have been off. Just kidding, there's no cosine in 2 plus 2. It's here. You got slow mode? What, for chat? Okay, let me fix real quick what went wrong with it. Went wrong? I'm raggy now. Okay. Maybe that guy, no. Then why was there one that wasn't exactly correct? So let me make sure, just update that. I need a little, maybe my memory isn't as sharp as I would like it to be. Let me put that guy down and give me as many decimal places as humanly possible for the maximum amount of error. And then give me power to it. So I'm going to spawn that in and see what I've messed up so far. What the? 698.4. Why do we not have 700 and whatever? That's weird. Because the gas tank, if I remember correctly, is 703 or whatever. Maybe with the piping or whatever, it like takes a few out of it. So I mean, if your vehicle starts with less than the 703, so mine had like 600 something. So we just take this and change it to 690 and update your microcontroller. That should work. We may have to change that plus number as well. It's still not showing. It's 698 there, but it definitely does tick down, so it's working properly. So let's switch that addition number real quick to 698 and update it again. You don't know you gave me this. You have been sending too many messages? That's weird. Thanks for all the help on Stormworks. Yeah, no problem. You can... I'm pretty sure you can make switch boxes. Here, let me check real quick. In microprocessors? Yeah, like a numerical switch box? Composite or numerical switch boxes. You can do that. Definitely. Let me spawn that guy in again. Get hentai spammed. Did I take your advice? What was the advice exactly? I'm not exactly happy to admit I forgot already. Maybe it was a little while. Okay, so this number is 698.419. Let's change our number again. It's kind of a finicky situation here. So let's change that guy. 698 here as well, and update the microcontroller and put it back out there. You made a plane go 270 meters per second. What have I done to it now? Oh, I think the number is too high, isn't it? Let me see this real quick. If we switch it back to 698 and this guy to 690, does that make it work? Is it still giving me... It's still giving me issues. Because 698.42... Wait a minute, I think I know why it's giving me an issue. Because it's not zeroing out, isn't it? Ah, these things are painful sometimes. We'll just get the exact values. We can do 0.42 and see if that works. Change that to 698. So it's not any of the threshold gates, it's just the formula that's messing it up right now. Yep, now it is perfectly full. Even so, the system messed itself up because something weird with new piping or whatever. Like the game is actually calculating that there's a little bit of fluid within the pipes and stuff here, so it's messing me up. But now that we pump fluid out of that, dumping it everywhere, the thing's draining down pretty quickly actually. So now that one works perfectly, and we can move on to another example. And I'm actually interested to do the engine temperature example. And here I'm going to really quickly catch up with chat. Soy amigo. To stream around this time because people get out of school. Yeah, even on the West Coast, so. Yeah. You literally just woke up. Zealand. Nice to wake up at 2. Yeah, well, time zones around the world, of course. Same time for Sweden. If about time to go to bed. Oh, it's fine, Army. I know you weren't going to be here for so long, but it's fine. I need an engine now to keep this thing rolling. Let me just skip over that. You guys can hear the music, right? You guys want a little bit louder. Where are the engines? Why can't I find an engine? I've been doing this for how long now and I can't find the engines. Alright, so we're just going to do a simple one. A quite simple one. Where do we need to put... So our fuel is going to go right there, and I'm going to connect that fuel system right up to the engine. 'Cause we already got a little fuel tank here. And a pump too. So 719 over here. No need. You went to sleep 2 hours ago? Oh gosh. When you just started speaking Swedish, I wouldn't know what you're saying then. No. For me it's 7:21 Eastern Standard Time for the US. Message or oh, okay, never mind. Why did I read that? What music? You can't really? You can't hear it? I probably gave somebody like freak somebody out with that. Hey Storm. Oh, okay, Lando. Cool. Well, I didn't know. A lot of people on YouTube these days. So welcome. You mean you like... I mean, like if you use buttons on the instrument block for throttle instead of the actual throttle, it's very simple to do with normal buttons, but have a hard time to find out with the composite. It's not too bad. I can actually show how to do that in a second here, though. What, Army? I don't speak other languages. I feel like you're in school for Stormworks. Yes, class is in session now. I'm your professor. Hold on. Get your textbooks out and flip to page 34. This is just building an engine. It's going to take me like 10 minutes. By the way, the textbooks cost $200, so hopefully you have money. Yeah, welcome to college. Okay, so this engine should run, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not gonna run the throttle through there yet. I'll do the throttle through this later, but for right now I'm just gonna cheat and connect it to there. And connect that guy up to there. And the engine temperature is not going to go to that yet because I actually have to make, not a brand new one, but we basically can't just modify this guy here. What happened in chat? Landon, I think somebody's mad at you. What language are we speaking? Trying to eat tortilla chips vertically? Wait, what? Are you in space or something? Oh, I see you around, Army. XD. You're gonna hide now? See what you've done, Lando? Okay, so now that all of that is done, our engine should run fine. We need a starter, though. So let's get another toggle button. Actually, we can just cheat and use the fuel pump toggle button to start the engine. Well, actually, that might not be good because I can't leave the engine start on. Let's give a new button a new power. And we don't need to name them for now, it's whatever. So now for the microcontroller, this one is a little bit weird. Because the problem with doing, it's not exactly a set number, is it? Because the max for this thing can be, when the engine is about to explode, I think it's around, like 150 or something. So I'm going to quickly test the value for a dial, or on a dial, excuse me, to see when the engine overheats. So we can create a point to where the dial over here on the instrument panel will just basically hit the red when it's about to overheat. And yeah, it is at 100 RPS. I definitely know it's going to go up in flames. So, alright, what do we got in chat here? That's a very weird task. Hey, Geekness, what's going on? You just slap him tomorrow? Good luck with that. Your phone is at 61% battery. You're lucky. Yours is 15%. You're gonna need a hall for that, a hall pass for that codex. I don't sell any though. Wait a minute. One kiss, one diamond block. You've done it before. Overheat is 120. Oh, okay. I didn't know it was, I thought it was like 150. So we just throw that throttle up. I'm make sure it's there. I'm pretty sure it's around there, like 120. I thought it was more like 150 though. One diamond block. Wait a minute. That hit like 160 before it exploded. Oh well, nonetheless. So we need to create a microcontroller, and the one thing about this is the engine temperature is a whole nother beast in itself. So we're going to have to recreate our FX expression, our algebraic expression. Explosion is 130. You slapped Landon. You can ask if you want. Can I make an F1 car? I mean, probably. It might take me a little while. I mean, it'd really be cool with some instrument panels on there, but maybe for a future project. No spam wars, please. Lando, yes. Lovely codex. It's great. Okay, so I kind of got to think about this. So first off, our thresholds, if we overheat at 120, we're going to have to go back to math class again and do some division here for all of our thresholds to get specific points on here. So we need 7 points here from 0 to 120. So let's get the handy dandy calculator out again and see what we're doing here. It's in the... Oh, the facts on Discord servers. I didn't know that. Well, I've seen it before. I don't remember so well. Yep, want to say why? Oh, is there like a story or something behind it? Explosion intensify. Maybe when you first start an engine or something, if there's no load under it, it can go higher, but maybe once there's a load under it. I don't know, maybe I can test it on a later stream. So, teacher, can I clean Codex's pants? Oh, great. I'm over here trying to calculate values on my phone. So we're doing the 1 divided by 7 times the 120, 2 divided by 7 times 120 for our high thresholds here. So whenever you need to put any high threshold in here, you do 1 divided by 7 times your max high number here on the top, and you'll get the number. So it takes a little bit of math, which is painful. But usually I estimate and it goes fine. Was that 52 point 3 divided by 7 times 120. Yeah, 51.42. 51. Oops. Or want me to? Ew. What's the story? I kind of want to hear this story, kitty. You're really close to 666 hours on Stormworks. Okay. Why the... You're gonna do it when you can? Codex with the yes. Josh. Okay, what are the other couple of values I need here? 4 divided by 7 times 120 is 68.57. And then we got 2 more to go here. Ugh. I don't love doing this values, if you can tell it through my voice, but it's not horrible. And then we need one final one. 6 divided by 7 times 120, which is 102.85, or 120 point, or no, it's 102. There we go. So now I've got all the values done, segmented from 0 to 120, so I can take a vacation now. You know you will. What is... I think Josh is just using Google Translate to just do different languages in chat now. It was your fault. You deserved it. Ready? In 34 more hours you'll have it. Why do you want the devil's number? Alright, so the formula is the one weird thing I need to think about here real quick. It's going to take me a second to actually figure it out. Because, so this one is temperature, instrument, panel, bar, segment. I gotta name it that. And it was for temperature. Okay. Let me save that up again. So formula, what do I want to happen? For what I'm doing for the other sides, I'm making it negative and then adding the opposite so it goes down instead of going... Or, yeah, it goes down cumulatively, but... Wait, why do I do that? Why do I take the inverse and then add 1? Well, the inverse is a negative number, then I add the same exact number, I get 0. But as the number gets smaller, it gets higher. Or no, it gets smaller? How am I trying to figure out my own logic in my head? The most hours you played was CCA, 900 hours on Unturned. Lovely. You're using Google Translate? Oh, great. Clean up on Codex's desk. The nurse isn't gonna be happy. Lando said a dirty joke. Do you know Lando? Lando is one big dirty joke, so... Lando guilty as charged. It was really dirty? Oh gosh. Maybe Lando's different around people. You like pineapples, alright. So if I do the same thing with a negative value and then add the opposite back in, I don't know if that's what I want exactly, but we can test it because for some reason I'm brain dead for the second being, so... If that doesn't work, I'll probably figure out what's happening with it and switch stuff over. But what did I just name this thing? Instrument panel bar segment temperature. So let's grab that guy. Oops. Instrument panel bar segment temperature. Perfect. So let's put that guy down, connecting up to engine temperature and the composite. Saving that up. And we'll just call it temperature. Instrument panel example, save and spawn it in. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, engine temperature is sending value right now. So my previous system, basically I took the negative value and then added the exact value max. It was a weird system, but it prevented me from having to do... What did I do on my previous versions of my truck? To get the thing to be going down for things, I took the inverse here, then added that to a number, just like the formula, and then put that into the microcontroller. I can never remember words for some reason. But I did that with a formula within the microcontroller itself. And for some reason, I don't remember why, but you can't just put the regular value in and then count down for some reason. I probably have some sort of explanation somewhere in my mind, but it's, I don't know, it's out of service at the moment, so... So yeah, I'm trying to get engine temperature going up when the engine is going up and down when it's down. So, I mean, it might actually be working right now. Let me see. We'll put it at 40% power and turn them on. It's definitely running, but no, yeah, it's going up now. It's actually working, that is I intended. So I didn't really need to change anything from the previous system. As we can see, the temperature is rising. We have no idea what these different sections are. But, I mean, if I go over here to the actual dial, I can tell it's at 58, 59 degrees, 60. It's going up slowly because we don't have it at full tilt yet. So I guess the system coincidentally works the same. We don't need a new formula for this, which is nice. Who doesn't? Oh, liking pineapples? Is this a live stream? Yeah. What else would it be? No, this is a pre-recorded robot. So it's perfect in every single way. Exactly. Yes, I know. I fooled all of you. I am actually a robot. That was stupid. Anyway, let's move on now. Let's just max out the temperature. It is going the wrong way now that I realize it. Because our color wheel is going the other way. Because it's getting warmer and hitting green. So it basically just has to be the opposite color wheel as the battery and everything. So the bottom layer is green and it'll fill up to red basically. I believe. Is what it's going to do with my little system here. Oh, Geekness, you're actually here. I believe it's your system I wanted to show off with the cool binary, what is it called? The binary function that makes the numerical one so much easier. Because now that you're here, actually, I can, let me save that up real quick. I can show you the, like, I basically just went the long way around in doing it pretty much. Let me see, is this one of them? Yeah, basically I took numerical values of binary placement values, put them into numerical switch boxes, and constantly added them to an output. And I should have realized that you could have just done a function for it with numerical values. With the binary place values that I've got on the left here. Hopefully you can see all of this. I actually haven't put it up to the workshop, but this one I specialty made with different threshold values for my fuel tank, with a ore value that sends it over to a blinker that'll make the bottom red one blink when it's out of fuel. Yeah. I mean, I know binary and I knew what I was doing, but I just kind of like, what is it called when you bull rush through it, kind of? Like, you take the hard path type of deal. Like, I don't know what I'm saying exactly. Like, everyone subbed the PewDiePie. Yeah, he's losing at the moment to T-Series, if you guys didn't know. Whoa, what did I miss in chat? Why did it not show me that? I'm scrolling up and I haven't read a few things. What did I not read? Should you send a dirty message? Please, no. Josh with a smiley face. Landon, get prepared for tomorrow. He's gonna get beat, isn't he? Not dirty message. Hope we didn't miss the hole in the toilet. Oh, great. LOL. Why did you... This is Google AI. Yes, if you have any Google questions. Let me start talking about PewDiePie. When you were 8. This is Storm's vids. I mean, I don't care if we talk about other people. I don't know. Does anyone play PewDiePie 2? Oh, is that like a phone game or something? Maybe he will. You're fractured? Okay. Hopefully I'll remember that. Fractured. I honestly, like, if you've ever been to any of my Twitch streams, I have a goldfish memory. So, but now the engine temperature works. I'm happy about that. So now we have engine temperature filling up until it's in the red. So, that's pretty cool. I'll show it off one more time. So if anyone wants to do this, now they can have fuel and engine temperature running on their vehicles. Do you guys, now that I'm thinking about it, do you want me to explain the crazy binary I was just talking about to Geekness? Interesting that it actually turns it all off once you go past that value. You know you're in trouble when there's no light on here, pretty much. And it's going to overheat. Should you buy an iPhone or stay at Android? I like Android, but that's my preference. So I'm not going to get into a phone war here. I mean, I'm broke though, so I can't afford. I don't know if I'd buy iPhone if I had money though, so. Finish the toilet. Oh, great. Ugh. Hopefully nobody's eating. Codex is gonna make you barf your food up. Everyone sub the Stormrunner and PewDiePie? Yep, that's what we gotta do. It's gotta be the battle between PewDiePie and Stormrunner, right? Then again, what if I started doing meme reviews? Yes, welcome to the Stormworks meme review. Stormworks meme review. Yep, that's happening. Step by step. Oh, Attaboy's here. You missed about 40 minutes of it if you want to go back and learn how to do it. If you want to learn how to do this too, you can, does anyone actually want to learn this real quick? Or no? Actually, I mean, I can go download Geekness's thing and show that off real quick, because that's a much better numerical system than what I have. It is amazing, actually. I'm surprised how good it is. Let me find it real quick. Actually, I can't find it right now. I'll find it later. Hopefully. Or if he can get me that link. This works, Geekness. This is the system I have on my truck right now, that it's on the workshop. Oh, this is the... Look, if I go over to this truck right here, it's got the new instrument panels up here for fuel and, what is it, battery on one side? I put other things there, but the microprocessor behind this little guy... oh, that's the instrument panel. Segment, fuel, and other. Is this the one? Oh yeah, this is the one for... No, this is the battery one. So this one is basically from 0 to 1.0 for the battery, and it's using the same binary system. So if you guys know what binary is and the place values for binary, you can basically set up binary values over here and then put them into numerical switch boxes, and when your threshold is reached, you switch it over from 0 from that threshold gate over to the place value that it holds for binary from like 1 to 128, so 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and 128, and you're adding all those up because the output here basically wants a binary number added up. So that's basically what I did, and I had a whole map of it out. It's a very stupid way to do it now that I realize. So you have to tell me something. I'm gonna catch up in chat. Phone wars. You don't even have a phone? Sorry, I didn't understand what you tried to do, but yes, you could use a function with multiple entities to add a value, if that's what you asked. Yeah, Geekness, can you actually send me yours again, or put it in chat or something? You're at the airport? That's fine, attaboy. Stormworks logic makes you twitch. Could you use the brown... Oh, great. Codex. Storm's awesome. Thank you. No, you suggest you don't talk about binary before you... Oh, Zendra. Oh, okay. Yeah. I kind of want to show it off. Tesla spends all their money on their cars, but not the advertisements. Banana. Hey, Stormrunner, Endo is cooler than you. He has his own base. Don't get me salty tonight, Zendra. Say the English again, please. This isn't English, attaboy. It's like learning another language, almost. Apple. That's all we needed here, apple. We need bananas. You can finally understand. Great work anyway, but your version, yeah, a bit simpler. I told you, mine is like the the long country road that you need a huge 4x4 truck to go over. It's a lot more steps, going to take you a lot longer to do, but it does the same job. You get to the same place, but Winston, what? Grapes. All right. So I could do another example or two of the on-off values if you guys want to do something else like that. So what else can we do? I think somebody said something earlier, but I've forgotten. So we have fuel done here. We have engine temperature done here. Actually, somebody was asking about sending values back through here over to control the engine. Not exactly sure why you'd want that, like, on here, but you can do that nonetheless, I'm pretty sure. So if we have instrument panel 3 as a... Wait, can you actually send numerical values through here at all? From the thing to a different thing? So we have a dial, indicator, gauge, a button, arrow button, flip button. Yeah, you can't send numerical values unless you have a numerical value built into a microcontroller. And you had like an arrow button, but every time you click the arrow button, it would have to have a specific value it switches up to or down again to. So technically you can't have a preset like throttle in one of these instrument panels. And I mean, if I'm to be honest, it's not exactly what they were created for. They're more to display everything on your dashboard than anything. So that's for Lando? Wait, what's for Lando? Lando's busy right now. Teacher, for some reason, the teacher from art class gave you an F. I don't know why either. You're a perfect student over here, aren't you? So he's not on right now. He'll be back, though. Okay. Gotta get breakfast. Alright, thanks for stopping by. I cannot pronounce... Gnosticate? I probably really mispronounced that. I do apologize. But thanks for sticking around for a little while. You bully, I know, but he's got the worst base. That's true. At least he's got, like, real estate, though. Where's my property, Stormworks? Still salty. Alright, so where is another thing we can display on here? We can definitely display a value here. So if we wanted to do another thing here with an instrument panel, we can just call it a gear dial, basically. So it just tells us what gear we're in. And we can do another bar segment with it with on-off values. And we're going to put it on channel 2 this time. So now we're going to make this guy more complicated. You ready? So we actually have to make it a little bit bigger for more logic. And then another numerical input for our gears. Wait, it's not a numerical input. It's another on-off. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if we wanted to do a specific amount of gears, that'd be a lot of gears, wouldn't it? Well, if we can have 8 gears, we would need 8 on-off values coming in here. And one being the, I guess, neutral type of thing. So let's quickly make this simpler in my mind, at least. So let's say you have one reverse gear, which is our red here. Reverse is red, and then neutral will be our yellow. And then gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all green going up. So as they turn on, you have more and more gears type of deal. But you have to have so many inputs from this guy for the gears. I mean, you have to have 7 inputs and then a neutral type of deal. I mean, you could also say parking brake on there, but the problem is you can only say one thing on here, and I've just called it the gear. I guess like we call it like gear select. So what we're gonna do really is just have all these inputs for different gears, and I've made it really difficult. I really have made it very difficult for myself. Why am I doing a gear select in a instrument panel? This isn't the best idea, is it? There's much better ways to do a gear select, isn't there? Not an instrument panel, though. Let's think of something else to do with this bar select here. Do we have anything else? We could actually do an altimeter on this, which would be kind of cool. So, looking back in chat. With up-down buttons, you could use a up-down counter in your controller and they send the values to engine or something else. That is true, Geekness. Gotta go now. Hope you don't... Oh, great. Alright, Codex. I'll see you around then. Roar. Stormrowkrs will get something like a shipwreck because it resembles his channel. Alright, that'll be it for me tonight. I've been roasted. No, just kidding. I'm not leaving it. You will tackle anyone who builds others. Who bullies others. You always bully them. Well, bullies are mean. Alright. So no suggestions for anything else anyone wants to see? We have engine temperature running now and fuel gauge, and I've shown off my crazy system for the numerical side of it, but I'm really not going to do how that's set up because it's kind of the worst way to do it. You can easily do a FX version of it. Oh, Zendra. Alright, so let's find something else we can calculate here. So, I mean, real quick, I can just pull up the truck and we can find something else. We can do... You know what would be cool, actually? I've now just thought about this. If we did... Because we can have the boxes going across type of deal. So, I'm actually going to build it on this truck. Basically, what I want to do is not place a block there. But I'm going to take... Oh, I can't put it in the middle, though. But I wonder if I could switch between two of them. Okay, I've got a crazy idea. Just bear with me for a second or two here. So what I want to do is it's an off-roading truck, right? It's got a lot of tilting that goes on. So I want to put a instrument panel in the middle here. And I'm going to have two horizontal bar segments. Or going to the right with on-off values. And yeah, we're gonna have channel 1 and channel 2. What I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna put a tilt sensor to where when it tilts to the right, one side starts lighting up more and more, and when it tilts to the left, it's gonna turn on the other side. And then oh, Geekness, have you pulled this thing apart? It's a spider web. That's just the composite there. Yeah, the back end has become less off-road serious and more luxury and fit as much logic as humanly possible. Because I did the worst thing humanly possible with this thing, and basically the throttle for the truck is W and S. So to brake, I have to have a complicated system where it turns the where I have it's not super complicated. Basically, I have to have a numerical switch box take over the throttle of the engine. So when you're braking, it keeps it at 25 RPS instead of going to 0, because instead of pressing W, keeping the throttle up, you're pressing S, which is going to take it into the negative. So once it hits below a certain value there, the automatic throttle will keep that engine running while your car is braking. And you have to also put that in the clutch, because then the clutch would stop the wheels and then everything else. Well, you want the wheels to stop, but you don't want the engine to stop. I could write a book on this thing probably, but I'm not great at writing. Crash some stuff? I mean, I could take the truck out real quick. Show you guys how the instrument panels are working. I mean, I can't promise any great off-roading, though. But all of these are the crazy, stupid numerical ones. And we have the off-roading gear and everything, too. Oh, yeah, so I want the tilt sensors over here as well. So you can see the tilt sensors while off-roading. So, calculate the IQ of your audience. I don't know how to do that. Oh, thank you for complimenting the truck, though, Geekness. It's taking me forever to do. So, the suspension took a while, too. A smart vehicle. How's E gonna do that? Alright, so let's also put it in low gear here, because that's something I have. And turn on all our lights. You're really tired? So now, once I put this tilt sensor in here, it's definitely going to help me out, so... Especially just knowing if I'm in here... Well, you can't exactly see it from over there, can you? That's the thing that stinks. If you put a tilt sensor in the middle of the vehicle, then you're not exactly able to see it while driving. Especially because the truck tilts over decently easily, so if you have a tilt sensor, you're less likely to tilt it over if you know its limits. So I can go like green, yellow, red. So red is where it's going to flip over pretty much. So you're going to crash your mom's car. I'm going to put it in park here real sec. Calculate the IQ of your audience by taking the number of a pineapple divided by a dual smoothie and then multiply it by binary. Buttons for throttle and composite. That is possible, but I don't think through... The only way through an instrument panel is the way Geekness was explaining earlier. It's very simple to do. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking through a single-minded brain at the moment. I don't know. I'm just saying I'm stupid. I don't think about all the things before. Well, I mean, it definitely does help if people have another perspective on something. When I was just looking at one thing, thinking that usually the instrument panels were used more for displaying stuff, like fuel, batteries, all that. So, yeah. You're gonna crash your mom's car, the old one? Why? Why are you gonna crash your car? There's a microcontroller number junction for buttons. Yeah, that is true. Suspensions are making a great work. Yeah, I love the suspension. It took me forever to do this on here, but the problem is now I gotta get it running again, which might be a little bit of a problem considering... Okay, we're running again. So... Ooh, am I gonna flip it? Oh, we're still alive for now. Brake lights. I probably shouldn't be braking as much as I am. Do I like fire? I mean, a campfire, sure. Because you can't? Why would your mom let you crash a car? I don't know the logic behind that, but alright. I mean, it looks like we made it up the side of that mountain. I love this truck. I mean, if you know how to drive it, you can get around. Then again, even I flip it, so... Even if I sound kind of, like... boasting, whatever, I'm not great with this truck either. So, I bet there's better drivers out there. I'm just very slow and cautious. Try to take my time, but I flip it easily, too. I just got lucky there. Welcome back, Josh J. It's old and can't be sold. Poet and didn't even know it. Wait, it still runs. You probably get a couple bucks for a car that still runs. I would think. I don't know. Alright, so let's take it back and see if we can build that tilt sensor. I'm interested to see if we can find a better spot for the tilt sensor other than on the center console for that. But I'm definitely going to get back to some microcontrollers here in a second. And yeah, anyone here that wants to learn more on creating like these things for fuel and batteries, you can go back to earlier in the stream and look at those, and it'll show you a lot more of what is behind that in the microcontroller and what you have to set up for everything. Because I'm going on to weirder and sillier stuff that's more based on, well, this is just a tilt sensor at the moment. So I'm interested to see if I can fit it maybe under this glass panel or something. Well, then I can't put my glass panel there. I'd kind of have to sink it down, or... Hopefully those weren't important. I start driving out of the garage, the suspension just falls apart. That'd be a nightmare. This engine, okay, like regular cars, you have to, and boats, you have to make stuff compact. But getting all the pipes around this thing took me like 30 tries or something stupid, even more. That kind of looks pretty cool down there. I can't put a piece of glass over it now, which kind of stinks. I don't think. No, I can't put my piece of glass over it now. Like that anymore. I mean, that would cover up stuff anyways. So if I just paint that down there. I mean, it looks fine. And so if I take 3 and 4 here and just make them none, and take 1 and 2 on both sides and make them like the cool tilt sensors, that might actually look kind of cool. Be another update note to the vehicle. So bar segment going to the right on both of these. Can you guys see the music still? Or yet? I know I turned it up earlier, but I know somebody said it was quiet earlier or something. Alright, so there are the 4, and we can actually take this guy out. Actually, we can just put like a clock or something there. Just a regular old one in the middle. Facing up, and painted the blue here. Oops. Alright. Let me catch up with chat real quick. Oh, that's not too much, actually. And that's why you should buy a quality Volvo. It's from 1989. Do we have any cars? We had a old Suburban from 1980s, but then again, that broke down a few years ago, so... Yeah. You made a sort of tilt sensor for your speed racer using a radial and bar instrument, but they showed tilt correction applied by stabilization. That sounds really cool, actually. You gotta go. Alright. Oh, you said be right back. So if I make this... I don't know. I kind of just want the tilt of the vehicle because as I built the suspension, I found out, like, I don't know, I couldn't find a great automated system that corrects the tilting of everything, so I just left it free floating for each suspension. Of course, there's pressure on each of the wheels trying to get the most traction off-road, but it's more of a free-floating system than anything, so I'm probably just going to do the tilt of the vehicle here. So do, like, 2 red on either side. 2 dark red, 2 red, 2 orange. I'm just going to do 2 of each because I got 2 on each side, basically. I mean, that looks pretty cool. And it'll basically just fly which way it wants to. So we actually need, I'm thinking I need 4 different channels for this, right? Because it has to fly between different channels between each one can't be the same channel. And now the microcontroller for this, so the microcontroller is going to be a pain. Alright, let's start. I do have a tilt sensor on the front. I don't know why I never took those off, but nonetheless. Well, I do really quick. I'm going to set up a dial and see where the tipping point for the vehicle is, kind of. I'm going to do a little bit more driving with it. Oh, I can't exactly see that. If I put the other type, the numerical one, what is it called? It's down further, I believe. Yep, digital display. If I put numbers for either side on there, and I can read it while I'm driving it around. I probably only need 1, so it just took the 1 up right now. So, you're back. Welcome back. There's a logic block inside microcontrollers with 3 buttons inputs for up, down, and reset, and sends out a number. Up, down. Do you know what the block is called? Are you thinking I should use it for the for that display down there, for the dual instrument panels that I need? Like, basically what I want it to do is like turn off the light where the truck is sitting, basically. So whenever it's tilting to the left, the light over here is going to be off, to the right over here, and I'm going to find like the tipping point. Oh, the up-down counter. Oh, you're talking about for putting in numerical values as an input from an instrument panel to an output of like maybe a motor, electric motor or something else. Yeah, I know about that. I don't know. I forget stuff constantly, and I haven't used that in a while. That, and I don't think of all possibilities usually. So let's see if we're getting a value for that. Actually, you know a much better spot to be testing this out? Let's save this up as, I don't know, the tilt truck or something. So we're just going to test the tilt, and I'm going to go back to the main menu, and we're going to go to the Arctic side of the map real quick to test out there. It's almost 1 a.m. Holy cow. I'll see you around then, Zendra. Thanks for sticking by for a little while. Go hanging out for a little while. I'm going to turn on player damage. This is my playground for testing the suspension for a little while here. And I've actually tested getting on a few of these mountains here with the truck. So, I mean, it is pretty good around this area, but you gotta take it really slow and be very careful. So, alright, so let's go and find a couple trails to go down. I was talking about this with a few other people the other day about if Stormworks had like a couple missions or like a new map with some cool off-roading trails for like trucks alike. I mean, I know I did complain about a lot of the workshop not having great off-roading vehicles, but nonetheless, there's probably a few more out there now. And I'd love to see, like, this thing especially going, like, flying down a trail for a mission or something. Granted, I don't have much of a trunk anymore. It might not be great for hauling stuff, but I've got a huge cab. I might be able to fit something in. Anyway, let's get this thing rolling. Take it out of that and put it in drive. I'm going to do four-wheel drive in the off-roading mode. I also have an automatic clutch on here because that's something I did. As well as a huge microcontroller on the back end for all of the instrument panels in the front now. Alright, so I'm looking at my tilt values, and I'm basically just going to flip it over now to see what kind of values I get. As it's about that, it's going to flip over. What did I get, like 16 or 17? Or like 0.016 or 17? Yeah, it's weird. It's 0.030 there now. So for the instrument panel, I'm going to say around 0.015 is the tipping point for it. Weird how it's such a small number. Anyway, so we're actually going to have to use the tilt sensor for something now, but we're only going to need like 2 blocks for this guy here. So it's going to be the tilt sensor, NSOR, tilt sensor for the Arctic storm. And then let's drop some logic in here with a composite output to those. Wait a minute. I have 4 panels, but I don't need an input. I just can connect this one composite output to all 4. Just name it output. OUTPUT, English. And then we need a numerical input, which is our tilt sensor. And this is where it might take me a few minutes to figure out what I want to do here. And let me just save this up. Tilt sensor. So I've got 4 of these going along here. I need to make sure they're all on off and not numerical. Actually, numerical might make it. Nah, I'm gonna go with on off for now because I've just been doing on off all night. So numerical, I would need a function for each of them, which might make it a little bit worse. Okay, so now I can do on-off for each one of these, but I need 4 separate distinct channels. Okay, I don't need a composite read, but I need a write of on-off here to write in a few different things. Can the car swim? No, but I mean, I put a snorkel on it, like one of the high-placed air intakes, and it's got filters on the back end of the exhaust. So it can go into deeper water, like almost up to its roof, basically, in water. So, I mean, if you count that swimming. I need 4 of those guys. This system is going to be a pain. With 8 of these guys on each one of them. The numbers might actually a little bit easier now that I'm thinking about it. If I do 4 FX values for it, and not 4 of the composite rights here, then again I have to figure out the equation real quick. So it might take me a minute. Welcome back. I'm just not exactly stumped, but figuring things out real quick for the vehicle. Oh. Okay, I clicked out of the game. And okay, now it's back. I definitely could do on and off. It's definitely going to take me much longer though. Give me 1 second, guys. I do apologize. Interesting. The Steam, like, weird. Okay, so now I found that. Doing a little bit of cheating. I mean, nothing's happening. Where's the excitement? I don't know. Well, Zendra had to get off to go to sleep, I believe. So, I've hacked the system. I was actually interested to look at Geekness' system here a little bit more in depth, and it's a really easy way to do this. So, it just went away. I don't know. I mean, there's still a few people here, so. Pass-through input, composite output. Oh, pass-through is just for other ones, I'm assuming. Function x, y, z. So you've got 8 divided by y. Round 8 divided by y times x 1. 2 to the x power minus 1. You know, but there's no excitement at all. I don't know. I'm probably bored with a little bit, bored some people with a little bit of logic here trying to set up new stuff. And everyone's up for a tutorial to figure out how to do the cool stuff for their vehicles, but you just have to set a maximum value in the first property value. That actually is really easy. So that's your max number there. So if I wanted to do a tilt of 0.015, that would be where I set it. And it'll take that through the entire thing. That's kind of cool, actually. It's using the numerical version, too. Gives everyone a Monster Energy drink. I could use one. Oof. And you can replace the composite writer to send the value to the good channel. Yeah, but the thing about it is, the way I've set it up, I want, one light to turn off as it's, or maybe one light to turn on as it's going around type of deal. Either or. Just keep the 2 functions. So the value is going to come in from the tilt, and the property number is the maximum there. Like my maximum was set up as well with threshold gates type of deal. And basically all that's the binary. Well, that's not binary, but this is your binary setup type of deal. I don't know if it is. Well, it's definitely going to be much weirder for, I'm going to save this, tilt sensor, name it. Weakness. Oh, I know. And, if I wanted to fly between multiple, I could give this guy a lower maximum, maybe? Did you stumble into Nerdville? You think you belong here? I'd have to take apart this to figure out what's going on and what FX value set up here. So your X value is the input value, and your Y value is the maximum value. So you're taking 1/8 of the maximum value, and then multiplying it by X, and then rounding, and then your second value is just 1. Which I understand because you have the 8 values for your stuff there. For a tilt sensor, the maximum would be 0.5 upward and 0.5 downward, in your case for the truck. Yeah, I was thinking that may be the maximum for a tilt sensor in either direction, but I was thinking more so this would be like a in-case warning system. Like, once it's getting close to tipping, it's going to hit that red side of it. So, great. Love, not copyright me. Anyway, so I've saved that up. Let me change the name here real quick. Can you guys hear the music real quick? I'm going to call this tilt. I could use a more than. Or a threshold. Where are you thinking a threshold, though? Tilt sensor. What do I want to call this? Tilt sensor for truck. That's whatever. You could use a more than or a threshold. What, for the property number? Or in between the property number and the Y value here. I kind of want to see if this will work. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure this will work with just changing that property number, right? But I don't think it'll work the way I want it to is the thing. I'm definitely going to have to tilt whatever around. So, actually, I mean, I can just build, like, little blocks off the edge of here to make it tilt one way or another. I mean, it's not going to stay, but it's just simulating a tilt to one way. So if I take... Where is it? Tilt sensor for the truck. Then I connect it up to one of these guys at least. Nah, the number has to go to a tilt sensor. Derp. And then composite output has to go to one of these guys. Let's see, that's channel 1. Well, that doesn't have power either. In logic, when value is more than 0.4, turn on anything you want. Alarm indicator. That could be true. Looks like our little standoffs here made it flip over. Let's get power to those two guys right there. Maybe I should also do like the... No, I've got a really basic video on like a battery and everything with values from 0 to 1. Your system is much better, and you've actually customized it. I commend you on customizing it, or enabling people to customize it for whatever whatever they're doing with it, really, because the ability to just change that max number is something I never thought of as well, but it definitely gives it a huge advantage in customizability for everything. We can cheat, and while that is flipping itself over, it's not even lighting up. It should be sending a value through to the first channel there. Or which one did I have the first channel on? I'm pretty sure it's the left one. Yeah, channel 1. Oh no, it's using it on off. Whoops. If we turn it over to number, it should work. Turn them all over to numerical numbers. I kind of do like the alarm as well if you're going to flip over. There. 0.4 is a bit too late, you think? Yeah, I'm thinking like 0.15, 0.2 type of deal around there. Because, I mean, it's got a pretty pretty high center of gravity, so it tilts pretty easily compared to other vehicles, but I don't know. I am going to put an alarm on. I like that idea. Why can I move there? But we should get some sort of value. Yeah, it's all lit up now. Which, not exactly sure what that means, though. Well, it's got a max of 0.15. So, when it flips all the way over, it's... How did I get in the car? Weird. So if we increase this guy's value... Oh, that's nice. To 0.5. And then spawn it in. When it flips over... Am I still in camera mode or something? Weird. It should give us... rummaging through engine. No, it's all the way off when it flips over. And we don't have a full value, though. Okay, I'm back as character or whatever. Oh, what about the number display on the instrument block? Can you make it to show speed? Yeah, you definitely could do that. Not too bad, though. Sorry, you feeling it's just not really good. It's not your original language. That's fine. It's fine, Geekness. I mean, I'm happy somebody helps me, because I don't know, I have moments of stupidity and just, it takes me a little while to figure stuff out, especially new stuff. Well, especially when you're creating new stuff other people haven't done before, just pioneering new weird stuff. It takes a little while to figure out anyways, and I know that. I've done it before with different stuff in Stormworks, so if I were just to copy and paste this 4 times, I could get the 4 different values I want, but using the same value coming in. So if we have composite right 1 there, right 2 here. Wait a minute, that's not what I want. Variable from node. Pass through input. Oh, all of them have a... Oh, only this one has a pass-through input. The other 3 don't. So I want start channel as channel 2 and that to output channel 2. Am I doing that correctly? Channel 1, channel 2. Start channel as channel 3 and start channel as channel 4. So that should start 1, 2, 3, and 4. I need to finish stringing these together like some string beans. Alright. Is that what I want, though? I'm gonna have to change around the default number on the front of all of these and give each one the specific X value that's running through there. But I don't know if that's gonna work, though. What's my favorite type of car or truck? I mean, I don't really have a favorite. I mean, we own a Chevy, so... I don't know. I think it's nice. Yes, we can only use 1 composite writer with 4 channels. Wait, this doesn't work here? Like composite write and a start channel of 2? I thought that's how it worked. Maybe it isn't. A roar. Dinosaurs. I can just change this to a 4 count channel, and we're outputting the FX to each channel, so we just drop these guys, move them to channel 3, channel 4, and we just delete. Why did we have those property numbers there in the first place? Oh, that was the property number that's going into select channel, and that goes to our composite output. That would have worked fine. Oh, well, I just switched the system around anyways. Dragons, not dinos. Roar. Okay. So they get the value of this going to each one of them, but we may have to do a value check between each of them, and basically what I mean is have like maybe a numerical switch box with a threshold running to each of these, because I only want each system on and working. Well, how does it act at the moment? Here, let me just save this up as a work in progress really quick. Let me go back and spawn this in again. Let's see, right as it's starting to tilt, what's happening? Nothing's happening. I wish there was a slow-mo mode in this. I could keep up with it. It's still doing nothing, isn't it? Weird. Still nothing, unless this is the wrong version. Yeah, it did nothing the entire time. Did I have... Yeah, it's connected up and everything. Got power. And intermittent channel 1 is number bits right bar segment. Weird it didn't go off then, unless... Did I change? Yeah, it's 0.15. Not that. So, actually, was I changing this guy? No, I wasn't. So spawn that in real quick. Breathes fire. You could move the last property to set the channel and set directly the right channel to the composite writer. True. The music is fine. You can hear it though? Okay. So, I need to like spawn it back in, but then like stop it basically, because I want to see... I kind of just want to see how it's filling up the bar type of deal. I'm in my camera mode here, just sneaking through it, waiting for it to activate. Weird it's not activating though, at all. I'm not sure what's going on there. Because with the tilt sensor acting, yeah, tilt sensor is connected. Set. I'm a little bit confused. Let's go back and work on the Mega one real quick. The work in progress one. See if we can finish this one up and see how it acts with all the different directions. So, I don't know. I don't know how I want to set this one up, kind of, though. Like, if I set, like, one side up versus another side up, like if one side started filling to red versus and the other side was off, and the other side started filling from green to red, and vice versa, each side was off. I don't know if that would work. You're gonna build a remote controlled truck and name it Storm? That'd be cool. What, in Stormworks or just real life? So right now, what it's going to do, as I believe, is take the max. So I want the max over here to be, let's just say, 0.2. And this one to be 0.1. But it doesn't have a minimum value you can use that it'll stop. I mean, I can definitely put a minimum value thing here. Can I do a negative maximum value in here? Geekness? Or would that not work if you never tried it? So I am going to need a threshold to basically control so not all the things are on at once. Then give it to a kid in Africa. What are they going to use a remote controlled truck for? You're gonna have to invert X for the downward ones. Oh, true. So you can just do 2 FX values that feed into there with a negative X, basically. Then make a mini one and send it to you if you can. Moving rocks. I wonder what they would use it for. Probably something like that, like moving rocks, moving wood, or I don't know, food or something. Fine. Do we think this is gonna work? I'll be taking guesses now. If I had to take an educated guess, I don't think it's gonna work. But it may work, but not how I want it to. So let's check the name real quick. Tilt sensor for truck. Let's save that up. Okay. Wait a minute, what? If this works, I'm gonna be like flabbergasted. So I need to put a input into one and then send the signal through a few more. Oh, I did it the other way. It's sending in that way now. Oh, who cares? Both of those have power. I have another bow. Who cares? Let's see if that works. Is it running at all? Oh, it's showing me something. It's alive. Oh, it's just filled up the one dial. That's because... No, wait. It's definitely... I need like a value here for my tilt as well to do this. I'd love to see it fly across the screens type of deal. Can I show you how to make it show speed with multiple displays? Yeah, sure. Here, we can table this design for now. I mean, the 8 numbered things, the 8-bit, or 8 segment number things aren't too difficult usually. I'm pretty sure I can do it pretty quickly. So I'm going to table this for a later date. So I'll just save it over the tilt truck and I'll come back to it. Maybe another stream where I know a little bit more or figure out what I've done wrong. Then again, if I figure out what I've done wrong, I'm probably not going to stream it. So, I don't know. I've become a little bit finicky with the design at the moment. But I'll figure it out eventually in the future. So, I'll do that really quick for you. Let's see, what do we got? We need a new instrument panel and the linear sensor. Well, this thing only goes, what, like, I think it only goes like 60. Seven segment. We can do a numerical with 2 points, and then we're gonna do 1s and 10s, and then the bottom 2 are just gonna be nones. Alright, let's give that thing power real quick. And now we gotta create a microcontroller for it, a brand new one with just 2 nodes. We're gonna have a composite node and a numerical node. The input is gonna be your speed from a linear speed sensor. And then the composite is going to be the output to the 7 segment things. So just say output on there. Little blue with lightning bolts. Alright, so let's get this guy done here real quick. Alright, so input is going to bring in a speed, and the first channel we want to be running on there is going to be that, well, actually we can build this off of Geekness's design, I believe. If you put a max value... Wait a minute, that's not a counting up one though. I got a better example for that real quick. I've seen it been done before, like numbers being converted into here. Yeah, TT created this. Let me look at this real quick. Okay, so number input, we can probably, you can convert this to a, the same thing basically. So if we just save this down, TT speed 8 segment thing. I know there's a way. You basically just have to set up a formula with it with constant numbers 1, 10, 100, and 1,000. Of course, we're not going to go 1,000 meters per second, but comedy is needed to spice things up a bit. Yeah, I know it gets a little bit dull in streams, and I don't know, I've been trying to be funner more recently. When I first started YouTube, I was the, I don't know, I didn't make jokes at all, and I was a lot more boring, but that's just the cringy content out there. So now that we got that, let's actually make sure we've got this TT7 segment controller. So what we can do with that now is just load up a version of my truck here. One of the ones we haven't put the tilt sensor on yet. And we can take a instrument panel, put it in the middle here. Let's actually like put it in the middle. Be like a Mini Cooper with the huge, what is it called? The speed dial in the middle instead of anywhere else. So now we switch 2 of these guys over to the 7 segments, keeping them on numbers. Okay, finding a good clean song, please. Ugh. Alright. Change this guy over to another one. And do we want channel 1 as well? Let me make sure we want to do it as a single. No, we want the next one on another channel. Channel 2. And then our 3 and 4 is going to be none. So I mean, a lot of people, if you're looking for something to build a vehicle with, usually people have done something like that on the workshop. You kind of just have to find your way through it, though. QRS. Tilt sensor. Oh, there we go. There's the one I wanted. So all we got to do is connect up composite to the signal in there, and then we're going to connect the speed up to a brand new linear speed sensor because I have no idea where I buried it in there. So that's how I learned a lot about this stuff on Stormworks as well. It takes me a little while to figure it out myself. I mean, eventually I'll get it, of course, but I don't know. I like looking at other people's stuff though, because they definitely do have innovative new functions and things to do, and they don't just stink like me. I don't know, probably shouldn't fart as much as I do, but I'm just kidding. Alright, so that should show us our speed, I'm hoping, if it works as I see it, but I don't know. So let's see. Let's turn that off, get our drive gear in, let the RPS drop down. Okay, now we're moving. Interesting, it's not reading out yet. Meters per second to miles per hour is like 1 to 2.2 though, so we should be going at least 10 meters a second now. Unless we've messed something up. Wait a minute. I think I may know. Let me check out the linear speed sensor. Absolute is fine. And we have everything connected up. Do we have power to everything there? That guy doesn't have power. That might have. Let me just see if that was the problem really quick. Alright, turn that off. Start our engine up. Put it in low gear and then in gear. There we go. Our digits are in the wrong spot though. Yeah, because you read the other way. So it's working now. But we need to flip the channels we're running on. So channel 2, channel 1, and I'm pretty sure that should work for our speed sensor there. Yep, working pretty well actually. That's pretty cool. I kind of want to use that for a future vehicle maybe. It's not too difficult. So if you grab TT's, I forget what it's called. He's got something in the workshop with a segment thing from not the most recent Friday's update, but the week before that, and he designed something to output values for that. I had a little silly thing for it as well, but it didn't do place value numbers, so his is definitely better. And if we kick it into another gear here, we can probably go a little bit faster. Come on. There's 18. If we take four-wheel drive off, we'll get more engine power. Yep, 20. There's people that can go much faster in Stormworks, and I'm here like 20 miles an hour. Go! Or 20 meters per second. Well, alright, so that system works pretty well. So, do you want a link to that? To TT's creation for that, so you can customize it for a speed dial? I ditched it. Hey, that wasn't like a full cliff. Nothing happened. I can't jump. I really can't jump. I can't like grab the edge either. Come on. Dang it. There we go. Now I got up. Alright. So I believe that is where I will be ending this stream here. Hopefully you guys have learned something about the segment values or something. I've showed off a couple things to help people build different systems for their designs. But yeah, that is where I'm going to end it. Probably go get some dinner or something, food. But yeah, that is where I will be ending it. Let me grab my truck here real quick. Oh, sunset too. I still love these on here. Those are the simpler, no, those are the more advanced numerical ones I did. Which, I mean, that's just previous knowledge that I knew about binary that helped me get those done. Alright. Force of habit. The slow fade into the end of the video. I need it to be sunny out though. Alright guys, so that is where I will be ending it now. If you guys like this live stream, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel to stay up with Stormworks and more of my content. But I've never been great at goodbye, some people need me, and I need to go. Yeah, no problem, Geekness. I don't know. Kind of sad I couldn't get everything done that I wanted to, but I don't know, some days I'm just brain dead after everything else I've gone through. Classes and stuff. Anyway, I'll get on other stuff. I'll catch you guys around. Goodbye.